What if the next big AI update is not about answering faster, but not giving up halfway? That is the main story today. Anthropic has released Claude Fable 5, which is the public version of their very powerful Mythos AI. In plain English, this means that this is not just another chatbot. It is an AI that is aimed to be able to do messier, longer, more difficult work. The kind of work where you don't want AI to tell you, okay, I'll do this definitely, and then 6 minutes later, the AI has forgotten what it was all about and lost the plot. Fable 5 is being projected as the ultimate AI for deep research, dense documents, complex projects, coding, vision tasks, charts, diagrams, and jobs with a lot of moving parts. This is the AI you can call upon when the job has already scared away 3 lesser chatbots. The big idea with Claude Fable 5 is that older chatbots were good with the smaller stuff, summarize an email, write this thing, get this task done. But when it comes to longer, messier, more complex work, then the work is not always so simple, linear, or neat. It's not about just fixing some code or writing an email or summarizing something. Sometimes you need AI to read a long document, understand the diagrams in it, compare it with another file, find the problem, plan a solution, and do all of this in sequence. And it cannot be done badly, like a bad detective in some bad detective movie. It has to be done well. And this is where Fable 5 shines. According to the updates, Fable 5 can plan its own work, verify its own results and work, and also overcome obstacles as it does the work for you. That doesn't mean that you can just completely trust Fable 5. It means that this model has been built for longer tasks, which require fewer check-ins and can work autonomously much better. And for users like you and me, it matters because AI is moving from answer this question or write this for me to do this for me, to actually do something for you. And it's such a huge difference. The first one is like a clever assistant. The second one is like a junior assistant, junior helper, actual person who can take a messy brief and clean it up and understand it and come back with a good first draft. But there's an important catch. This power comes with something that is to do with safety that we have to keep in mind. Anthropic has released Fable 5 as a safer version of another model that is even more powerful and potentially can do really, really crazy things. We've got updates that the model has got extra safeguards around things like cyber, biology, chemistry, synthesis, and things like trying to copy or distill the entire model. There are also references to fallbacks, API blocks, and stricter handling for certain risky tasks. This part may sound boring, but I think it is one of the most important parts of what is happening in AI right now. Because as AI is getting more and more powerful, these large companies who have these large AI models have to decide how much of the AI to release to whom and allowing them to do what and what are the safety rules that they will, guardrails and safety rules that put around that AI. Look at it like an example of a company giving you a powerful lab to work with. You want everybody to do something great and create some awesome stuff, but you don't want someone to take the laser cutter and actually cut out a wall or remove the roof or something like that, right? So Fable 5 is much more than just a model launch. It is a test of how very powerful AI is released to the public. Now, questions that are going to matter more and more is who gets the full version, who gets the safer version, who gets logged, who gets blocked. The second big story I have for you is a little bit more everyday. It's the fact that Google is now trying to push Gemini into live translation. Gemini 3.5 Live Translate is being projected as a model that will give you almost real-time live translation of conversation across 70 languages. It's rolling out through the Gemini Live API and Google AI Studio with private preview in Google Meet and also through Google Translate on Android and iOS. For you and me, it means that you speak in one language and Gemini will speak it out in a completely different language within seconds. Not subtitles, not awkward turn-by-turn typing, actual voice translation that tries to keep the speaker's tone and style and modulation and everything. And that is really a big deal. Because voice translation, actual live translation, is not just about translating it correctly. It's also about the rhythm, the timing, the emotions, which makes you feel like you're speaking to a real person. Any one of you who's actually used a translation app or something like that will know that currently translation feels like you're speaking through a very polite wall. You say something, the app takes its time, you wait, the other person waits, you both smile awkwardly, like you're all stuck in a badly organized airport or something. Frankly, if live voice translation becomes smooth enough, it's going to transform classrooms, meetings, travel, customer support, and conversations across continents, between families, between friends in different languages. Imagine a Google Meet call where everybody is speaking naturally in their own language, and Google Translate is quietly sitting inside the machine and translating everything, like as if there's a real translator sitting inside your laptop. Wouldn't that be fantastic? That is really powerful, but also it may be a little terrifying for all those people who pretend not to understand their relatives in meetings and all because of language problems. The third story today is smaller, but it's pretty important for people who follow AI scores, AI model scores. There is a growing argument that benchmark scores, those scores that are used to compare one model from the other, AI model from the other, may not actually be telling the entire story. That's because some of the more powerful models can actually come up with much better and richer answers and better answers if they're allowed to spend some more time, more tokens, more compute before they give an answer. Tokens are the little chunks of text that AI reads and writes and answers with. Compute means the machine power that is used to think through the task. So if one model answers in 5 seconds and the other model takes 2 times more compute, more tokens, and then answers and gives a better answer, is that a fair comparison? Maybe, maybe not. It's like comparing 2 students. One gets 5 minutes to answer it, the other one gets snacks, time, maybe the entire weekend to answer it. So putting it in a single line, these benchmarks cannot be based on which AI got it right, but also how much it cost the AI to get it right. That really matters for businesses, creators, and developers, because the very best AI may not actually be the best choice. Sometimes you need the smartest model, sometimes you need the fastest model, and sometimes you need the cheapest model that gets the job done as you want it. So today's takeaway is that AI tools are not just getting smarter, they're also getting very specialized. So just because you use the best, most powerful, or the biggest model around doesn't make you the best user of AI. Because what you need to do is figure out when to use a powerful model, when to use the cheap model, and when to double check with both. That's it for today. We hope you like the stress-free AI news we came up with. See you in the next episode.